the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Atlanta, where we'll see the Hawks going up against the Miami Heat. For Miami, they're hoping tonight will be a signature win for them, taking on a tough team on their home court. They'll need 4 quarters of near-flawless play to knock them off. Kyle Korver, one of the league's premier shooters, as we all know. A lot of guys can make the claim, but his numbers indicate that he is the best shooter in the league. Kenny, is he?
Best shooter in the league off the catch. Maybe not off the dribble. But I would put my money on Steph Curry and Klay Thompson to go head-to-head with this guy. But he shot almost 50% behind the arc, Ernie. That's impressive. And ended up over 49% for the year. And check this out, 48% from the floor in general. This guy gets it done.
And since his rookie season, he's improved to be a much more consistent scorer from deep and from every other spot on the court.
Just about time for tip-off. Let's get down courtside. What do you say? Kevin Harlan hanging out. Kev.
We're broadcasting from Atlanta as the Hawks take the hardwood here at the Phillips Arena. And for the Heat right now, they're focused on getting off to a good start on this road trip. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
And right now for Miami, they've started the season with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They had a lot of people with doubt heading into the season. And I tell you what, they are out to prove those folks wrong.
And they're doing it, Greg. I know it's still early, but they've already shown they can compete with the best teams in the league.
So here's Miami's starting group. Dang and Bosh, your small and power forwards. Jimmy Butler is out there with Lowry, and it's the closer, and it's the 5 spot. Collins, good.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Now, here's Butler. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. That's good from Lowry on the assist by Butler.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's Young. He picked up 21 points in their last win against San Antonio.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
5 on the clock. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. Greg, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Riley Clark kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
Here's Collins. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Young with the ball. From deep. Bosh grabs the miss. Lowry dishes to Dang. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so we will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
I tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
One shot.
Talking about Luol Deng, his consistency year to year has been outstanding. Over 11 seasons, Greg, if you look at his averages across every category, they're remarkably similar.
And here's a guy who can score from anywhere. Great mid-range game, makes plays for his teammates, rebounds at both ends. He is versatile and bankable.
And here's Cephalosha for 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Last time they met was in Miami.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
So the Heat, their last game, a win against Memphis.
Well, that was a very physical game, and I think that plays into their hands. So a lot of their points came at the foul line.
And it also led to a lot of foul trouble for some of the key guys they were up against. So we can't forget about that part of it either.
The shot from 20 feet away. No good off the front iron. The Heat leading by 4. The closer passes to Lowry. Bosh, the screen. Butler kicks to Lowry. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 6 points for Kyle Lowry.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Here's Collins. Boy, he was something else against San Antonio. Passes it to the monster. Just 5 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, we know until last season the Heat had been the kings of the Southeast Division. They won 4 straight division titles, but all of that changed last season.
The Heat struggled in their own division last year, ended up 3rd in the group, but went a measly 6-10 in conference play.
And listen, they knew it was going to be difficult without LeBron, and especially with the injuries they faced. The Heat still have the most division titles among the Southeast teams with 7. They'll need to work hard, though, to add to that mark in coming years.
And he knocks down the first one. Whiteside's checked in for the closer. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
The Hawks were fantastic last season. After the All-Star break, they did slip up a bit, struggled against teams over 500.
Now, here's Lowry. He has 6. Lowry drawing the double team. The kick outside to Butler. Right wing. Bosh sets the pick for Lowry. The wide open look here for Bosh. And the shot falls short this time. They lost the last 3 games of the regular season, Clark, and really just limped into the playoffs. Some of it might have just been fatigue.
Yeah, it could have been, and their play at the end of the season did leak into the playoffs, Kevin. I mean, you could see very quickly that they weren't the same team that looked so dominant during the regular season.
Miami with the ball, following the bucket by the Hawks. Here's Butler. Collins grabs the miss. The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against San Antonio.
Well, listen, they own the boards at both ends of the floor in that game, and that's what won it for them. Those extra possessions were invaluable.
Well, Greg, I think coming into the game, that's where they thought they had an advantage, and they did a great job exploiting it.
Now here's Butler. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Dang goes in. That's good. Dang's got 5.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
The Hawks trail by 5. Young outside. And here is Cephalosha. His last outing, he had 8 points. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Young. Atlanta gets it back. Here's the monster, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Luol Deng. The Hawks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
And he knocks down the first one. The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
That one is no good.
And how about for the Heat? having the best road record of any team that didn't make the postseason in the East. But as you said, struggling on the road will sink a team battling for a playoff spot.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Off target with the open look. The Hawks trail by 4. Here's Cephalosha. Nice D from Dang.
You know, one final note, guys, on the Heat and their road losses. They ended up going only 2-8 in their last 10 road games of the year. That was a big part of how they fell out of the 8th playoff seed.
Now, here's Lowry. He has 6. Lets it go from deep. Rebound, Atlanta. Here's Bogdanovic. Good on the triple. Bogdanovic has got 7.
Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
Lowry dishes to Dang. He kicks to Butler. Right side a screen. Butler goes in. The pass to Whiteside. All sorts of time. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 4th assist in this one. Atlanta's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Young passes to Bogdanovic. Back to Young. Fires for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Right now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
Yes, Kevin, he told me their game plan offensively today is a relatively simple one. He wants to see as many plays run through the low post as possible. He said physically, we're the stronger team, and we need to use that to our benefit. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And the Hawks making a change here. Capella's checked in. Miami's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Outside Lowry. The kick outside to Butler. And again, it's the Heat missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Dishes to Capella. Cephalosha kicks to Collins. And stolen by Whiteside. 3 on 3. Butler goes in, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Bogdanovic. The Heat getting the bucket. And Young kicks to Cephalosha. Another 3 for Atlanta.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Bosh, the screen. Lowry kicks to Butler. And here's the fast break. Cephalosha leading the way. Collins dishes to Bogdanovic. Pass to Cephalosha. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Young against Butler. Clock at 6. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Stolen by Bosh. Now here's Lowry. Covered by Cephalosha. Collins against Bosh. 13 feet away. Rebound, Atlanta.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Just some amazing stats put up by Chris Bosh early in his career, but having been in the shadow of LeBron and D. Wade over the past few seasons, one wonders if Bosh is now a little bit underrated. He's talented and gives you everything you want from the power forward spot.
Now here's Lowry. He's got 6. Bosh kicks to Lowry. Right side a screen. Lowry drives in, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play. quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Heat.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Collins. Molinari comes in for Cephalosha. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Bogdanovic. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Young.
Really was a slow start for Gallinari last season. Took him a while to get back to speed after missing all of the 2013-14 season with that torn ACL.
Three-pointer. Goes back up. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got his first bucket of the night. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Now here is Lowry. 8 points for him. Good. Gallinari did get better and better over time. I mean, he improved. He started to get back to his former self near the end of the season.
Yeah, had that huge 47-point explosion towards the end of last season. And listen, he's still a young guy and hopefully can continue to build after his injury woes.
Here's Williams after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Korver for 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Jennings with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Korver. Boy, that win the other night against the Spurs, another guy who really showed up to play. Pass to Zeller, feeds it to Williams. His three-pointers off the mark. Miami's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Lowry, and it's denied. But they'll get another chance. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from 3 and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
Back to Jennings last season really did start out as one of his best. Not just the improvement, Clark, in accuracy. His turnovers per game were at a career low.
Yeah, that's what we have to watch out for with Jennings. I mean, he's still only 26 years old, Kevin. Now, plenty of time to continue to refine and hone his game. I think his best basketball is in front of him.
Williams passes to Gallinari. Shot is off. And it's Miami the other way. Now Jennings. He's coming off a 10-point game against Memphis.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Now, here's Gallinari, following the miss by Jennings. Here's Zeller. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, last year, Tyler Zeller both started and came off the bench, showed he could be an effective player even when playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, and if you look at the games that he played as a starter, he increased his usage, and it didn't bother his production at all.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Zeller.
And for Zeller last season, his numbers were the same or better as a starter. His scoring picked up a touch. Still had a great field goal percentage, too. So really solid production in his first couple of years.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And I think the big thing for Zeller was that he found his role in the league. He knows he'll be an energy guy who has to make the most of his touches. And to his credit, he is nothing but a positive force on the floor.
And off the front iron, and in it goes. That's 7 points for Brandon Jennings.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Zeller dishes to Gallinari. Free throw line jump shot. Stoudemire grabs the board. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. That's good from Lowry on the assist by Stoudemire. And 12 points for Kyle Lowry.
No, he didn't. Did he just break out the finger roll? That's nice.
He gets it up. No good on that last second attempt there. And that does it for the first quarter. Heat lead by 5. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a chance to hear from point guard Kyle Lowry about the chemistry of this Raptors team. They're all pulling in the same direction. The question is whether or not that team unity, as rare as it is making a difference for the Raptors. Does it make Kyle Lowry any better? Or do they just give it more time?
You know, you could argue it both ways, Kevin, because it's worked both ways. I mean, teams that couldn't stand one another have won rings, and so have tight-knit groups who were really close. So there's really no magic formula. I think there's a little bit of art to go with the science in that.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense.
Williams the 2 with Korver at the 3. And it's Young, and there's the monster. And it's Capella in at the 4 slot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. Now, here's Tucker. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Jennings can't get that one to fall. The Hawks trail by 3. On the wing, Williams. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Well, taking a look at Lou Williams last year, kind of a typical year for him. A lot of scoring on bad efficiency.
Yeah, and for Lou, he did make it over the 40% field goal mark, but just barely.
Just barely, you're right. The Atlanta shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
You know, with Williams, it's more about his ability to create his own shot than his efficiency. That's why he's best suited as a 6th man, in my opinion.
The Hawks making a switch here. Collins is checked in, and Miami with a change here too. Bosch is checked in. And he sinks the second.
And Williams certainly does personify that 6th man role of instant offense, but it'll be hard to see him in the starting lineup with the way his shooting numbers are.
Jennings passes to the closer. The kick outside to Butler. Misses off the right iron.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Hawks passing it around. Drills the three-pointer. Collins has got 5. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Another bucket in the paint? That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
For Miami, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. Had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason, but fortunately it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
Now here's Butler. Jennings with the ball. Now defended by Korver. And that's good. Brandon Jennings for 3. Jennings has got 10 points in the game.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And Young kicks to Collins. Wide open look, and he hits the jumper for 2. He has 7.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Outside Jennings. Lets it go from the wing. Jennings with another miss. The Hawks trail by 3. Kicks to Korver. Here's Collins. From outside, off the mark.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Jennings kicks to Butler. It's deflected. And now here comes Young leading the break. That drops. Now just a 1-point Heat lead.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
It's Jennings with the drive. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And what a year last year for the Hawks. And what a job they did in their division. So many people thought Washington or Miami would run away with the Southeast, but the Hawks took that division by storm.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. Reset.
And the first one at the line is good. For the Hawks, it was the first time they have won their division in 21 years. Hard to believe, Clark, given how often they're in the playoffs.
And, you know, the last time they won their division, it was when they were in the Central back in '94. Just another great moment for what was an incredible season for the Hawks last year.
Bogdanovic is checked in for Kyle Korver. And so Bosch nails both of them.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the Big 3 were in town. And last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
And Young kicks to Collins. Here's Bogdanovic. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Miami leading by 3. The closer passes to Jennings. Plenty of space. Atlanta with the rebound.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Passes it to the monster. On its way from Young for 2. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25-27 against the rest of the conference. Played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs.
That's good from Young. Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Last one's off, and they'll settle for 2 points.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. And as you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team.
Hawks have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the second quarter so far. Now the dish to Collins. Young against Butler. Here's Bogdanovic. He had 19 points in the win against San Antonio. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And you know, around the NBA, the league recognized the Hawks were a complete team. Everybody played their roles superbly. The NBA named all 5 of their starters the Player of the Week last year in an unprecedented move.
Now here is Cephalosha following the miss by Jennings. Atlanta again missing. Miami leading by 3. Dang up top. There's the 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Collins has got 3 rebounds now in this one. There's the pick. And Young, here we go. No good. Great D that time from Jennings.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
To the paint. Bosch passes to the close. Oh, that's blocked. Cephalosha with it. He dishes it to Collins. Here's Bogdanovic. And they're unable to get the tying basket there.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Such a wide open look. 15 points for Brandon Jennings.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season, won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Now, here is Young. He has 7. Screen by Young. The feed to Collins. Trying to get back on track. Chris Bosh with the rebound. Bosh has got his 6th rebound on the night. Jennings against Collins. Shoots off the screen. Jennings with another miss. The Hawks trail by 6. Young dishes to Bogdanovic. And here's Cephalosha for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Bosh has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
So it's the Hawks now. After the Heat pick up 2. Shots good from Young.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off of teams, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
You know, Bosh was the big injury hit for the Heat, but they had a lot of other injuries as well. I mean, had to use 31 different starting lineups last season, and 20 different players started at least one game.
Atlanta making some changes. Capella's checked in, and it's Gallinari in for Thabo Cephalosha. Whiteside's checked in for the Heat. Lowry comes in for Brandon Jennings. Miami with the ball. It's a 5-point game.
And injuries are something that you can't plan for, but you can prepare for them. And hopefully the Heat can avoid injury woes this season. If they can, they at least have players who have been through that struggle last year. Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
And Young kicks to Bogdanovic. Another 3 for Atlanta.
a wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
The Heat leading by 4. Now here's Lowry. He's got 12. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And for Kyle Lowry, a guy who just has an unbelievable nose for the basketball, the triple-double comes naturally to him now. Top 10 in the league the past 2 seasons. In his short time with the Raptors, he's already their career leader in that category.
First free throw is good. Again, back to Kyle Lowry. The reason he's always a triple-double threat, Clark, because of his great work on the glass for a guard. Tough, strong, relentless, and committed to getting rebounds.
He's got the attitude of a power forward, even though he is a point guard. That's why he's one of the best rebounding guards in the league. It's his mentality.
Williams, he's checked in for the Hawks. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games.
Now here's Zeller in Atlanta again with the bucket. The Heat leading by 3. Outside Lowry. Got a piece of it. But they get it back. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Bogdanovic. This past month, he's really set himself apart. He's putting up about 17 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
Well, his mindset allows him to stack those points up. He wants to carry the load, and clearly he does.
And so it's Atlanta with it, following the miss by Kyle Lowry. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bogdanovic. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
You know, in the second round, the Hawks had a bit of trouble once again with the Wizards. Were able to get by them despite going down 2-1 in that series. It seemed like they were out of gas against the Cavs in the next round.
And he gets it to go. The Hawks trail by 5. Outside Williams. Lets a floater go. He takes it up and lays it in. Williams has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Now here's Butler. He's guarded closely. Made that one only his 4th of this game after firing 10 times from the floor.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Now here's Williams. He's got 5. He feeds it to Zeller. From deep, Gallinari. Rebounded by Tucker. Miami leading by 5. He kicks it to Lowry. Right side a screen, and Tucker has it in the corner. No good on the 3. The Hawks shooting 41% for the game. Williams passes to Capella. Zeller inside, guarded by Stoudemire. Zeller inside. He's against Stoudemire. A nice shot by Zeller. Miami's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Now here's Butler. Tight defense on him.
Whoa. That'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
On the wing, Williams. Now recovering. 6 to shoot. From deep. Here's Capella. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
and you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The Hawks have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
Shooting two.
The first one falls.
Boy, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Atlanta making a switch here. Korver's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. It was pretty obvious, I thought, Greg, that Budenholzer was the deserved Coach of the Year. I mean, Steve Kerr, there are a lot of good names you could put in there. But what he's done taking the Hawks to the top of the East, few saw that coming.
I agree with you. I mean, he has transformed this Hawks team over the past couple of years, has a wonderful team game. And, you know, obviously a lot of influence coming from Pop when he was with San Antonio, but he is really, I think, redefining how the game of basketball is being played at the pro level.
And here is Williams. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against San Antonio. Korver dishes to Bogdanovic. The three, no good. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. It's the Heat. They're up by 3. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the two-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. Kyle Lowry had a huge first quarter. He ended up with 15 points and 1 assist. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, they're paying attention to the boards, and that's a good thing. When you're trying to get ahead and stay ahead, it often comes down to a few key possessions. Any extra rebounds you can get is a big difference. I like their intensity out there.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Well, they're shooting in the low 30s from downtown. That's not disastrous. That's terrible. But it's a big reason why they're not winning this game. They need to run harder off the picks, try to get more open looks, and then the shooters got to finish the job. Yak 'em.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.